In the world of Formula One, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc are two of the biggest names in the entire sport. Not only do they have outstanding achievements individually, but they've also amassed a vast fortune when competing in the sport. However, as a Formula One fan, you tend to wonder who's richer, Max Verstappen or Charles Leclerc. In this video, we're going to be providing an answer to that very question, with an insight into what these two Formula One stars have spent their wealth on. Max Verstappen is a Belgian-Dutch racing driver competing for Red Bull Racing and was the 2021 Formula One World Champion. He made his debut at the 2015 Australian Grand Prix, and he was the youngest driver to ever compete in Formula One. As of the 2022 Italian Grand Prix, Max has accomplished 31 victories and 17 pole positions. On the other hand, Charles Leclerc is a Monaco-born race car driver competing for the Scuderia Ferrari team. Before competing in Formula One, Charles won the 2016 GP3 Series Championship and the 2017 FIA Formula 2 Championship. In his second season, he joined the Ferrari team, and he was the second youngest driver in Formula One to qualify on pole position at the 2019 Bahrain Grand Prix. He also got his first career win in Belgium and won the pole trophy for the most pole positions in the 2019 season, becoming the youngest driver to win it. Being race car drivers means that these two Formula One stars love to be behind wheels. Whether on or off the racetrack, these two drivers have the best vehicles that money can buy. That being said, let's take a look at their collection. Starting with Max Verstappen, Max always has been known to have a liking for Aston Martin. It also helps that this Red Bull team has a partnership with the automakers, so Max can get his hands on the finest cars that the brand has to offer. These Aston Martin cars include an Aston Martin Vantage, which he got when he traded his Aston Martin DB11, and an Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. The Vantage is the perfect car for a race car driver like Max, who needs something fast and luxurious, yet safe enough to drive on regular roads. The Aston Martin Vantage and the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera cost about $300,000 each. However, reports say that Max had sent back the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. These two cars aren't the only Aston Martin cars that Max Verstappen has in his collection. He also owns a specially made Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar. This Valkyrie hypercar is what every Formula One driver needs in their garage, as even the automaker has dubbed it the fastest street-friendly race car. This car currently holds the title of the most expensive car in Max Verstappen's collection, with a price tag of $3 million and a production limit of 150 cars. He also owns a limited edition Ferrari Monza SP2 worth $1.8 million, which is one of the most exclusive cars that Ferrari has to offer. The car is also owned by other elites like soccer stars Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Master Chef Gordon Ramsay. Apart from this car, Max's collection includes a Porsche 911 GT3 RS worth $400,000, a Ferrari 48 Pista worth $330,000, a Renault RS01 worth $400,000, and a Mercedes-Benz C63 S AMG worth about $75,000. In total, his car collection cost about $6 million. Moving on to Charles Leclerc, it's believed that being born in a place like Monaco has made this Formula One star a supercar fanatic. It's quite evident in the cars in his $7 million car collection. Even though he drives for the Ferrari team, Charles Leclerc didn't limit his garage cars from this automobile brand alone. Regardless, he still has two Ferrari supercars in his collection, the Ferrari GTC4 and the Ferrari F8 Tributo. Each of these cars has a story to tell. For example, the Ferrari GTC4 comes in a mold quite different from the original Ferrari supercar mold. It also has the specs to excite just about any race car driver out there. On the other hand, the Ferrari F8 Tributo, just like the name suggests, is a tribute to the Berlinetta cars of the past. The supercar is an homage to the most powerful V8 engine in the automobile's brand's history and features state-of-the-art aerodynamics. Both cars are magnificent in their own right. However, the Ferrari GTC4 costs a bit more with a price tag of $850,000, while the Ferrari F8 Tributo costs $590,000. His most expensive car is the Bugatti Chiron, which comes with enough power and performance to blow many other cars out of the water. And as you'd expect, its price is pretty high, as it costs a whopping $3 million. This car is so luxurious and highly enhanced that only a few people, such as soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo, own it. The other cars in his collection include a McLaren GT worth $800,000, a Rolls-Royce Wraith worth $1 million, a Jaguar XF worth $125,000, and a Land Rover Discovery worth $175,000. Each of his cars serves a purpose, whether it's luxury, speed, comfort, or, all of the above. The Principality of Monaco is one part of the world that luxury is personified. The cost of living in this country is pretty high, and it comes with other advantages like its luxurious surroundings and tax-free benefits. That explains why Formula One drivers like Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Lando Norris have property there. The list also includes Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen has a $14 million penthouse in Monte Carlo that screams luxury. The property covers 11,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms, a movie theater, a spa, a salon, and a panic center when you're really overwhelmed with how much stuff your house has. It also has a premium gaming center and an outdoor gym loaded with equipment like kettlebell weights and a frame for bungee poles. Max once said that he also plays games like FIFA, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and just other racing games. His cockpit has different sections, such as a Playseat F1 Ultimate cockpit and a sim engineering wheel with a Leo Bodnar engine and base. The setup also has wireless gaming helmets, a custom-made carbon fiber seat, 2 sync-filled ultimate pedals, a shifter, and a handbrake. This setup is surrounded by a set of Samsung 32-inch curved triples, which he keeps the 4th screen for race information topics. Although the Red Bull star is paid enough to acquire the grandest of houses in the neighborhood, his multi-million-dollar apartment in Monte Carlo is rented. This probably means the 24-year-old star doesn't plan to live in Monaco forever, or the construction of his own property is underway. Similarly, Charles Leclerc has an apartment in Monte Carlo, where he stays with his girlfriend. This apartment is stunning, and it has a beautiful kitchen fitted with the marble countertop that happens to be white, and white cabinets also, alongside a wine fridge. His kitchen looks and definitely feels like a very luxurious space, but it isn't the only luxury that his house has to offer. His living room is adequately furnished and comes with a gorgeous white handcrafted Steinway & Sons grand piano worth over $130,000. This beauty serves as a centerpiece of the entire living room, and on numerous occasions, Charles Leclerc has released videos of himself playing a couple of tunes on the piano. His living room also has a wooden cabinet filled with helmets sporting different designs and trophies that he's won in his impressive racing career. Just like Max Verstappen, Charles also has a gaming center, where he plays some of his time playing sim racing when he isn't improving his musical skills. He's often seen in a small, all-white box room packed with the top-of-the-range gaming chair and headphones. He's believed to spend a lot of time on his gaming console when he's away from the hustle and bustle of the Formula One racetrack, and regularly streams his sessions for fans to watch on his YouTube channel. Both Formula One stars are believed to own a private jet and a super yacht, and they've been seen on them several times. The private jet makes sense as it's just easier traveling during the Formula One season, and the super yacht is the perfect ride for an amazing vacation experience. In 2020, Max Verstappen bought a Falcon 900X private jet, which originally cost 41 million buckaroonies, but he had bought it for just 16 million. This is because British billionaire Richard Branson previously owned it. The jet's maintenance cost per year is $1.35 million, and Max reportedly spent an additional $5 million to customize the plane. The jet even carries the MV33 logo on its tailfin. In March 2021, Max purchased a 120-foot super yacht dubbed Bagheera for a whopping sum of $6 million. The super yacht, having a capacity of 9 people, was originally created in 2005 and renovated in 2020. It has 3 floors and it features a wooden deck, a fully stocked bar, fancy bathrooms, an infinity jacuzzi, an iPod dock, equal in value and complexity, technological complexity to everything I just said, the iPod dock, and so much more. Unlike Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc doesn't own a private jet. However, he does have access to one thanks to Ferrari. That's a perk of driving for the automobile brand, as reports say that it costs like $22,000 per hour to charter this jet privately. Nevertheless, Charles does have a super yacht that he uses to entertain his girlfriend Charlotte Sain and his friends. The super yacht is dubbed Monza, after the Grand Prix he won in 2019. It's worth over $1.8 million and has a length of 48 feet, accommodating up to 4 guests in 2 cabins. The super yacht was built in 2020 and it can achieve a top speed of 35 knots. As one would expect, both Formula One drivers earn a lot of money from driving, as well as endorsements and other means. This is the major reason that we're talking about them in this video. Max Verstappen has been doing pretty well for himself, and this reflects mainly in this huge paycheck. Max's current net worth is $60 million, with a yearly salary of $40 million, which means that it's gonna likely increase, at least his net worth will in the coming years. His popularity has bought him numerous endorsements from the likes of Jumbo Supermarkets, Ziggo, Red Bull, G-Star Raw, and CarNext.com. On the other hand, Charles Leclerc has a net worth of $12 million. with a yearly salary of about $10 million. As for endorsements, Charles has endorsement deals with the luxury watch company Richard Mille and Italian luxury fashion brand Giorgio Armani. In summary, while we can't accurately say what they earn from endorsements, we can only imagine how it feels to get luxurious stuff for free from all these grand establishments. That being said, while both men are still at the early stages of their careers, looks like Max Verstappen is faring way better than Charles Leclerc financially. Regardless, the possibility of that changing definitely exists, and we can only wait to see what happens. Which brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, you schmuck. I'm kidding. I love you.